Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to go over a couple of the new titles coming to the Atgames 4KP coming this Wednesday, December 18th. We're going to start with Sorcerers Lair and then move on to Wild West Rampage. Both these games were free along with Fishtales when the Pinball FX game came out on Steam and on consoles. But today I thought we'd go over it, just check them out, see what you guys think. I really expect these games to be really well received on the 4KP with the sound effects kit, some of the integration that they add. For $5 each, I think it's a steal. Some people might scoff at that just because of the price being free games on the consoles, but remember, they had to do sound effects kits to these. There is some integration with nudging and things like that with the accelerometers and stuff that they had to do, so I expect that. But for $5, I think it's a steal. So I thought we'd just check it out, see what you guys think. Alright, starting off with Sorcerers Lair. Here's the table. It's a beautiful table. These two kids are basically in a house, ghost house. There's a sorcerer here. There's a couple different multi-balls. Really cool. Check out the table a little bit, but absolutely beautiful. You see the extra ball up in the upper left there with once you unlock that. This particular table is not particularly flowing. You'll see a lot more of that in Wild West Rampage, how it's more of a wide open table, lots of different shots, lots of different modes. This has some really cool alternative modes on alternative screens. You do a lot of stuff off screen or off playfield. There's like alternate pinball fields. There's also a kind of a puzzle labyrinth type of thing that's kind of cool. So I thought we'd look at those and just kind of go from there.
To the Sorcerers Lair.
Pick a view that's pretty good here. There we go. Oh, that's terrible. Straight out the gate. So the idea is to hit these three targets in the middle by the spinny disc. That starts your modes. So it's really hard to do from the right flipper just because of the angle. So I'm going to try to get this over to the left. And you got to hit all three. You can't just throw it up there and hit any of the all three times. So it does create just a little bit tougher. You see I got the left two currently. We'll let this ball fall. Let's see if I can't get nope, can't get a dead flip, unfortunately. This should get it over there. Try to keep this ball alive. Sound effects are pretty good. I am running this on a Legion Go, so I got about 72 frames per second and 144 refresh rate. So hopefully it'll give a good idea of what we're looking at. This is running at 1200p, so it'll be actually a little bit better on the 4KP. It runs at about 1440 for all Zen tables on the Atgames systems. There we go. So we've started the mode. We've got the disc kind of comes up, and you see there's a couple different ways you can shoot at it. The one way is the stairwell, which is kind of the orange glowing spot, and then the green is the cellar on the right hand side. And if you want to shoot in the cellar, that's your overall modes.
You are not welcome here.
So right there, I just started ball one lock of the Sorcerer's Enraged multi-ball. So if you shoot to this spot here, it'll kind of swing the ball a couple times. And then if you take that shot again, if I can hit it. Here, I'll go for the cellar and see if we can't unlock a mode real quick. You can see Arachnid Attack is lit on the playfield in the middle. That is the mode that we will start if I can make the shot. This playfield is pretty beginner friendly as far as keeping the ball alive. There is some challenges to it, of course, but you will get some ball outs and things like that. Come on, get on I want to get this mode going. Almost half from there. I find it to be just a little bit shy of center. Settle this ball down. Almost had it. Ugh. Graphically, I think this table is going to look absolutely fantastic on the 4KP. I gotta say that with the purples and that you're going to see the back glass really for the first time. They show it, when you're in between games here, but here we go. So here's the alternate playfield. I'll be curious to see if this is on the main playfield or if they do this on the back glass. I'd love to see it on the back glass. I don't think they will. I think it'll be like Butters and South Park, how you have those alternate modes on the main playfield. So we'll see how that goes, but kind of interesting to see. I'll shoot this up the cellar. Let's see if I can get a multiplayer, or multi-ball mode unlocked as well. There's a couple different ones here. You have one up by just above the spinner disc, where we shot it through, basically underneath the spinning house there on the left.
Don't be afraid.
To kind of like the Buddha statue.
A secret passageway.
That's one way to do it. See, now that I've hit that shot, see how it's orange and glowy? There's an orange arrow there. Oh, figures I lost the ball. Now if I take that shot again, I will get a second ball locked for that Sorcerer's Enraged multi-ball. I'm going to try to hold this ball, throw it up there. There, that's ball 2 locked. And this Sorcerer is mad that these kids are snooping around in his lair. So, Sorcerer's Lair, hence the name. Now we don't know why the kids are here. They do have a ghost friend named Whisper. So here I'm going to make that, if I can make this final shot, we can start the multi-ball. Come on, I'm going to lose the ball. No! Ah, that's unfortunate. So we'll start again here.
Welcome to the Sorcerers Lair.
This game's super fun. I tell you what, I didn't like it at first. I played it on
Don't be afraid.
FX to start, and I quickly moved on to other things. Obviously, we're all big fans of the Williams tables. Those all have widespread appeal. Some of these are just fantastic. Other ones are not so great. They tend to vary drastically on the difficulty scale, and it makes it tough for some of these titles to be translated out. I am playing on realistic physics, which, from my understanding is what they're using for
the secret passage may save you.
The physics on the 4KP. I toyed around with this on Attack from Mars and also with Fishtails to try to compare, and try to get the physics down to what I'm feeling on the other ones, and it seems to be what they're using. So they have what's considered normal physics versus realistic. And so normal physics seem to be a lot floatier, whereas realistic physics seem to be a little more weighted. The ball tends to have, just a lot more weight to it, and these seem to be more natural. Although if you play pinball for real, you notice sometimes the ball just goes crazy. It can get into places that you would never get into in a digital playfield, just because of reality, right? You're going to hit the flippers funny, or you've had to hit the glass, things like that. So that's ball 2. You notice we have bones selected as a mode if we were to get that. I'm one target away on that particular thing. So here I'm trying to go for that multi-ball. If I can keep the ball alive. Almost lost it again. There we go. Settle it down. I have been playing this and Wild West Rampage quite a bit the last couple of days, trying to get a feel for it, trying to get up to date on the rule set.
Discovered a shortcut.
And there we go. We're gonna start multi-ball.
Beings of the void, I summon you.
All right, here we go. Obviously, you just shoot things that are sparkly, things that are highlighted. You see the orange arrows everywhere. You want to try to hit those for jackpots. Tough to do when you got 3 balls flying around. And I also really get annoyed when I have to hit shots from upper flippers and stuff like that. Oh man, I thought I had that jackpot, but I guess not.
The submersions are persistent.
And that is it. So I got 2 million points out of that. So that was pretty decent. Not the greatest. The other way to get a multi-ball is to throw it up to the right-hand flipper on the upper side. And underneath the gargoyle there's a cage. And that door pops open, and there's a way to make a multi-ball that way as well. All three. So once this ball goes out, we'll take a look at Wild West Rampage. But hopefully you guys got a little taste of what's to come. These are great tables, and I think they'll be a wonderful addition to the ecosystem. There we go. So we're going back into the arachnids. No, Gates to the Void. Okay, so this is it changed place on me. So in this case, you have to take the ball and you have to throw it into Whisper, because you can't get into these places of voids. You see where there's like highlighted. So I'm going to try to throw it into Whisper, which is a capture hole here. Ah, I lost the ball.
So soon.
Anyway, you got to shoot it into Whisper first, and then she helps you go into the places of the void, essentially. So, pretty cool little feature. Alright, we'll exit that table. We'll pop out and go to Wild West Rampage.
Wild West Rampage. And
I'll let it kind of sling on. So that'll be what the back glass looks like. Obviously, that would be what the side panel are. It's pretty plain in this case. It's kind of pretty unfortunate, you know, because we're limited by the vertical space of the 4KP. So, oops. Let me exit that real quick. I just realized I had it on normal physics. We want to change it to realistic.
Wild West Rampage.
So we'll make sure to do that. Okay. So here we are, Wild West Rampage. You got this cool train that comes into the screen here.
Good for me, bad for them.
And what's really neat is if you zoom out and look at this playfield, all this stuff, it looks like an entire town. Unfortunately, none of this is going to be visible on the 4KP. You're not going to have the stagecoach. There's actually rails and things like that that are off screen. But at any rate, so for this skill shot, you can see two blinking targets in the middle of the playfield. You can hit those, or you can plunge all the way and go around. And there's two flashing targets, and I missed either one of them. God darn it! So you can get 2 million points off of that super skill shot, or 2.5 million. So a lot of points to be had. The normal skill shot is only 500,000.
That was
so
close.
500,000. So it's certainly worth making that extra effort to try to get it. I've had pretty good success rate with it. So, of course, on camera, not so much apparently, but I really like this game. This one, modes are pretty good. It's a little more, quite a bit more wide open playfield. There is 4 flippers. You got 2 different cross shots, which are pretty cool. One to the jail and one to the train ramp and the mine ramp.
I'll never get tired of this.
Callouts are really, really good. There we go. That's a super skill shot for 2 million. Also, pretty low scoring.
Oh, second chance.
Most scores on here, you're getting 5,000, 10,000, things like that. Boy, I'm playing terribly. What's new? I'm trying to talk while I'm playing, so I apologize for that. But I want to give you a good idea of what the table is like. Kick this ball out. I'm going to go for the skill shot again. I'll try the other one. No, missed it. And so this one, you want to be able to shoot through the saloon doors at the top and the building at the top to start a couple different modes there. There's either Rampage or Saloon, depending on what side you go through. And there's some modes that unlock based on that. And then all the different ramps. Ramps and orbits have things like Wanted, Kaboom, there's Taunt, Mine, Bridge, and Train. There's actually like a minigame train mode. Has an alternate screen, so you do like an entire mini game where you do pinball related puzzles essentially to move your way through the train. Very cool. These are really inventive titles. They got a lot going on.
I'll be back.
If you ain't happy here, allow me to saddle up your horse, darling.
Alright, we'll try again.
You can best
But yeah,
tell a
this
town
title's
by
gonna be
its saloon.
great. I love the DMD work.
And that's the
Obviously,
one.
it's one
Good for
color,
me,
but that's kind of how I
bad for
expect it. I don't need a full
Howdy,
color
sweetie.
DMD all the time.
Sheriff
I
Evan.
do love that on Princess Bride and some of the newer titles. Obviously, The Thing and Chucky and things like that. So they've all got their appeal for sure. But and I certainly don't want to give away any secrets on this. So there's a lot of really cool modes though. There's a duel mode. If you do the wanted mode, you have to chase the
second
fugitive
chance.
and then put them back in jail. So there's things like that. Just a lot of fun. Try to keep this ball alive, man. This is the crossing shot to the jail from the lower flipper. It can be a really tough shot, especially when you're trying to catch a fugitive. Oof. So right there is the shot. So not always easy to get. We'll try to fill up the saloon here a little bit. But you can see this shot and keep trying to take it. See, I got J-A and I got I would be the next letter to take for jail. So there's modes all over the place. But again, low scoring, right? I'm getting 3,000, 10,000 here or there. Those skill shots were huge. Millions. When you get into multi-ball, that's where your points are. Just how it is. Sound effects are quite good. I expect them to be really good with the sound effects kit for this one. Especially gunshots and things like that are more jarring.
Suspected. The sheriff locks up only those who oppose him. I have to free the innocent people.
So this is jail mode. And free the fugitive. Free the innocent, my bad.
You ain't heard the
Free the
last out of
fugitive,
me.
haha. That's terrible. And of course I fail. But
I'll never get tired of this.
not important. Like I said, we're just taking a look at these titles and seeing what we see.
That was
Oh,
close.
man, oh man. Again, I
I
wish they had
always
table
prevail in
guides
my duels.
for these tables on the
Unless I
4KP
don't.
instead of just the rule set. So prepare to duel. It stops the ball there with a magnet, and I'm supposed to take that shot on the right-hand side to the blue arrow. Completely missed it. I panicked. So it's kind of like Cactus Canyon in that way. It'll stop you, and
I'll be
totally
back.
lost the ball.
You sure you want to stay?
But that is a little taste of Wild West Rampage and Sorcerer's Lair. I hope you guys like
ain't
this
the
look.
town you're looking for.
You know, I think these tables are going to be a lot of fun. Again, $10. I mean, for both of them, I can't imagine
Second chance.
somebody would get one without the other. But you know, if you want to try them out before you buy them, make sure to download Steam. Even on a computer without, you know, a controller, you could run these with a keyboard and mouse pretty easily. Just to try them out, see what you think. Test out the sounds, just, you know, or you could just watch this video. Hey. And once they come out on the 4KP on Wednesday, I'll be doing another video with my first impressions and gameplay shown of that. And then, of course, on Thursday, we have Natural History Pack 3 coming out, so there'll be more content related to that. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a heck of a week. And then we got Sea of Thieves by the end of the year, so lots of stuff coming to the ecosystem. It's been absolutely fantastic. So anyway, thanks for sharing this time with me. Hope you enjoyed the content, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And if not, we'll see you next time. See ya.